The Packers have played their 4 quarters. Now it's time for the 5th quarter.
And times are tough in Titletown. A nasty night with the Detroit Lions beating the Packers 30-17 at Lambeau last night. They're still winless without Rodgers. Halfway through at 4-4, and we are getting a phone call as we speak. Do I take it?
It's a 215 area code. It's
a Philadelphia area
code. It's not your
code.
wife.
No. Hello? Yeah, Jahri.
Oh, it's the guest for tonight, Jahri Evans. What's on the other end?
You're too nice. We just went on the air. In fact, I'm talking to you while we're on the air, Jahri. So you know how to get here. We'll see you when you get here. Yeah. Thanks for calling. We'll talk to you in a minute. All right, that's cool. Yeah.
So he's in.
He's in. Yeah,
Confirmed.
He's on his way. You know he's a veteran when he's that
Yes.
conscientious, and he gives me a call and says, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a couple of minutes.
That's awesome.
You're going to love the guy. I mean, and he'll put a little nice spin on the troubled times with the Packers. There's an old adage in football that great players make everyone else around them better.
Yes, of
and
course.
I think that is obviously proving true because Aaron Rodgers is undeniably a great player, but let's twist that adage, if you will. Not having a great player has made everyone worse. What in the heck is going on with this Packer team? The offensive problems I can understand.
Yes.
Even the last time the Packers missed the playoffs was 2008. That was Rodgers' first year as a starter. And they went 6-10, and 2 of their 6 wins were against the 0-16 Detroit Lions. Rodgers still produced some pretty decent numbers, but had his struggles. He had 2,000-yard receivers. He had a 1,000-yard rusher, and the Packers still couldn't win ball games. It takes a while for a quarterback to understand how quickly his brain must function when he gets the ball in his hands. Brett Hundley is not there yet.
No.
Progress is being made. The percentages went up. Granted, it was still a rather safe passing game outside of a couple of shots. The Packers on the opening series got him involved with his legs just to kind of get the adrenaline going and get him involved and that sort of thing. This is going to be a process, and it's going to be a painful process. But, folks, it's sink or sink with Brett Hundley. For all the hue and cry about NFL Network going crazy today about getting Colin Kaepernick in, forget about it, okay? For Colin Cowherd to say maybe Aaron Rodgers should think about going somewhere else to finish his career, forget about it. What's with these people? It's Hundley's team for the final 8, and if Rodgers' collarbone heals, maybe the final 6. All right? We'll see what happens from there. But that doesn't explain the defense.
No.
It just doesn't explain to me how, with 2 weeks to prepare, they look so unprepared to face a team they see twice a year, every year. And for the first time since 1971, the Detroit Lions didn't even need to bring a punter to the ball game. Can you believe that?
It is
It
a
has
rarity,
been
right?
since 71, the Lions did not punt in a game. Thank God Sam Martin kicked off. Otherwise, he would have just been sitting there with Don Barkley as a guy that was dressed that didn't play.
It would have been really interesting to see how that game plays out if after that 8-minute drive to start the game, you get points, and after what should have been a 3-and-out, when the Lions get the ball back, you don't have that boneheaded headbutt penalty.
Yeah.
Would have been interesting to see if you can at least get that field goal, and suddenly within a minute and a half, that offense gets the ball again, eats up potentially the entire first quarter. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, you get more into your offensive game plan, but you commit the penalty, Lions go down, get the touchdown, and you're seeing this is not going to be an offense that if you're down 7-10 points, you can just start winging it around and get back into it.
Unless they just go completely no huddle because they were able to function. But granted, with the Lions who were in obviously prevent situations, they just let everything go up underneath, and they moved the ball and got some points, thankfully with no time on the clock to end each half. In fact, the game should have ended at 30-10 thanks to a penalty in the end zone to give Jamal Williams his first career NFL touchdown.
Another thing that Aaron Rodgers does really well is throw his receivers open.
Hundley's not there yet.
No, and that's it.
He's just not there yet because there was a tweet in the first quarter on that opening drive where Hundley got the snap in the shotgun, and it just is a still photo, but he has got people coming at him. Jordy's running clean down the seam.
Yes.
The safety in the middle of the field, and the only one of the very few one-high safety looks that the Lions gave the Packers, had his back turned, and he was looking to the receiver on the opposite sideline. So Aaron throws that ball before Jordy's 5 steps off the line of scrimmage because he knows that's where it's going. Because Rodgers, his Pentium processor, if you will, understands that. He knows where every route is going, and he understands what route is going to be available based on the coverage he sees even before he gets the snap. It's the 2 high here. They're going to roll this way. This guy's coming up to press. I know the first option isn't there. The second may be. The third could be, and he can get rid of it even as chaos is surrounding him in the blink of an eye. Hundley is getting the snap right now and is, okay, I catch the snap. There's some pressure coming from my right. He's looking at the rush without looking at the coverage and or the receivers en route. And by the time he gets off of that and into where the ball should go, it's too late.
Right, and what we're going to find out...
And the ball's off target.
Yes.
Just enough.
Yes.
They're getting closer. A couple of long balls. Jordy on the mauling to Darius Slay.
Should have had Adams
Funny
as well.
story about that. Talking to Jordy after that play, no pass interference was called, and the crowd was going absolutely berserk. The referee didn't say anything to him, to Jordy, about the play, but he did say something to Luke Getsy, the receiver coach on the sideline, said if there was a penalty to be thrown, it would have been against Jordy for initiating the contact.
Initiating, yeah. And that's a frustration I have week after week is the refs don't call pass interference.
Well, these guys didn't call anything.
Whether it's offensive or defensive. It's just not
only.
Consistent from game to game.
It's tough.
It just isn't. But the NFL also can't decide who deserves a one-game suspension for fighting and who doesn't.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well. And the Devontae Adams downfield throw.
Yeah. Should have had that.
Probably should have went for 2 hands. Probably should have laid out. They're going to have to take that little extra step to get Hundley some confidence on the deep shots, because if they cannot strike deep, they're going to be hard-pressed to score enough points to win. And if the defense cannot get a quarterback off the spot, much less sack him, they're dead, because no matter what you think of Devon House, Kevin King, Demarius Randall, and the rest of that bunch in the secondary, no one, Richard Sherman, Charles Woodson,
doesn't matter,
Lester Hayes included, cannot cover for 5 seconds. So they've got some problems. They've got to get sorted out, and time is now getting tight. 2 games back of the Vikes in the division, halfway home.
You have to find a way as a defense to get off the field on third down. Detroit had 62% on third downs. They were just never getting off the field, and the Packers were 22% as an offense on third down conversions.
That's a big number, no question.
It's huge. Yeah. That is a monster
led to
discrepancy.
36-55 to 23-05 in time of possession. Huge disparity there, for sure.
And if you don't have an Aaron Rodgers-type player to make up for that, you're just not going to win games.
For a generation, folks, the Packers have lived with a tilted field before the national anthem, because they've had Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, or Saturday, no matter who they played, except in rare instances, a Brady coming to town or a Steve Young back in the day, would that field be even? But the quarterback difference and the ability of the most important position on the field and in football, heavily favor the Packers every week. Now we see what happens with a young Brett Hundley, 2 starts in, 11 quarters into his career, going up against Drew Brees, a Hall of Famer, Matthew Stafford, a prolific passer. The field has suddenly tilted the other way, and it's jolting everybody into a sense of, my God, we got to fire the whole kit and caboodle up there and start over. I don't think we got to go quite that far yet, but
we've always known how good Aaron Rodgers was. He's always had leverage when it comes to contract negotiations, but now really, really, really high leverage when it comes to, I want some more money.
You're going to pay a guy $30 million a year for his final 4 years or so?
What is Stafford getting?
22, 23, something in that neighborhood?
It's around 25, I thought.
Oh, maybe, whatever. Highest paid in the league.
I would imagine Rodgers gets 30.
All right.
At least.
Got some issues to talk about. And as you heard with my cell call on the air, Jahri Evans, our guest, the former New Orleans Saint, what a terrific veteran player, on his way down here to talk about things with the Packers. As Bear Week arrives in short order, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even introduce him. Z is here.
We're all here.
Yeah, we're all here. You were all here.
It's a free-flowing show.
Well, let's go to the locker rooms and hear what...
wait. You didn't introduce me because I was hanging out in the turkey hole, right, John Gruden?
Oh gosh, what was that all about? I don't hear the broadcast.
Nobody knows right now what the hell the turkey hole is. But we missed the first fumble by Abdullah that Randall recovered. It went to a commercial.
How did you miss that?
It went to a commercial break.
I noticed a huge delay. I'm in the press box, and I'm not really watching the TV, so I thought they were reviewing it. And they went into commercial, so everyone's standing around through the entire commercial break, and they never really did review it.
We missed the fumble, the recovery. We missed that there was going to be a review on the field. Goes to commercial break, we come back. Oh, the Packers have the ball. It was all because John Gruden wanted to explain what the turkey hole was. It was this big pre-produced package that ESPN had, a total waste of time, and we missed live action on the field. Useless.
The 4-letter. All right, whatever. Okay, so we'll figure out what the turkey hole is before we're done tonight.
No, you won't.
I guess
nobody knows.
All right. Let's go to the locker room. It's a very disappointing loss. The Lions win in Lambeau for only the second time in 25 years, ladies and gentlemen. Head coach Mike McCarthy offering his reaction to a third straight loss, second straight at home.
I thought the offense came out ready to play. Had the long drive. Didn't convert down there in the third down in the red area. Didn't have the field goal attempt completed. And defense comes out, and we stop them on 3rd and 14. We have a bonehead penalty. So, as far as preparation going into the game, I thought the players did a heck of a job this week. I thought they were ready to play, but they played extremely well. We need to play better. So react. There's your reaction.
All right, that'll suffice. On the winning side, Detroit head coach Jim Caldwell, he got a 3-game slide off his back.
This was an important game for us, and it was extremely important. It was very important because it's the next game, and it was a division game. It was big for us, so it was good to get one at this time.
They've won 2 road games in the NFC North. Beat the Vikes 14-7 right before the 3-game losing streak. Talked about the start of that game. We talked about it briefly as well. Positive opening drive that ended very negatively. Stalled when Derek Hart's first NFL long snap almost rolled to Justin Vogel. This is a kid who was working at a potato farm last week, ladies and gentlemen, making French fries. And it looked like he was burrowing another row of potatoes on the DD Grassmaster surface with that snap.
Unfortunately, football's bigger than potatoes.
Yeah, a little harder to handle. But it rolled to Justin Vogel. That threw Mason Crosby off and up for a 38-yard try that got deflected by Detroit's A'Shawn Robinson.
In that moment, it felt like I had to hesitate, and I'm not sure if Justin was able to get the ball all the way back to the spot. He did as good of a job as he could of getting it down. But we adjusted. We had some tough situations like the run on field goal there at halftime, and we needed to execute that. And just kind of the whole field. You just got to eliminate those ones, and we got to stop making those little mistakes.
Yeah, little mistakes are big mistakes when your team is hampered as it is with personnel. Well, the boneheaded penalty that McCarthy talked about belonged to Mike Daniels. The headbutt against Travis Swanson that wiped out the game-opening 3 and out, and Matthew Stafford cashed it in. 25-yard scoring strike to Marvin Jones. He finished 26 of 33 for 361 and 2 scores.
Those guys outside were doing a great job of winning, and I was just trying to get it to the open guy. And all sorts of guys were winning, and when we can spread people out and use a bunch of weapons like we did tonight, we're at our best.
He can throw it.
No, yeah, then they can be a dynamic offense even without a running game. And you saw the Packers' defense oftentimes on first down stops for losses.
Yeah, well, the first 2 defensive plays were -2 on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, they were getting some good pressure on running plays. It was just once it got to 3rd and long, all right, we're just not going to get off the field.
Yeah, all right. Brett Hundley's really best statistically among his now 3 games and 2 starts, but 26 for 38, 245 still wasn't nearly good enough.
Everybody wants to score 5 touchdowns, have a perfect quarterback rating and win. This game was a step in the right direction. I think I did some good things. Obviously, wasn't enough of them, but like I said, I felt comfortable today. There was some good things done, and we just gotta make those big plays and keep it going from there.
No explosion. No explosion outside of that Cobb hit, which was his best throw since he started taking snaps.
Nice throw
in traffic, on the run, got him open and up the field.
And good to see Randall Cobb make a big play, too.
Yeah, but
have a nice play like that.
That was it. I mean, Jordy averaged 8 yards a catch. Adams about
I think Hundley's was like 7 for 10 for 27 yards to start. I mean, completions were there, but it was dink, dunk,
a lot of
dink,
flare
dunk.
stuff, a lot of wide stuff.
Yeah.
Again, they're playing sideline to sideline rather than getting production down the field. Well, the defensive performance even more distressing. 417 allowed. Yeah, mentioned 8 of 13 for Detroit on 3rd down, almost 37 possession minutes. Devon Howe says this has got to stop like right now.
And we just got to do better as a whole. We got to make more plays on the ball. We need to continue to get the quarterback off the spot, continue to stop the run. I mean, all of it. I mean, we talking about winning Super Bowls around here. If we keep playing like this, it's not going to be pretty. We got to turn the corner. We're 4-4, 8 games left. We got to pull it together somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way. Got to get it together.
And when your defense is on the field for 37 minutes, it's just so many more opportunities for a breakdown, whether it's communications or coverage. There's just more opportunities to be exposed.
They didn't even have a 3-and-out, obviously without a punt. But I mean,
I think the league average time of possession is like 33 minutes, and the Lions were 4 minutes better than that yesterday.
Yeah,
that's a
tough.
lot
No
of time
question
for an
about
offense
it.
to have the
Demarius
ball.
Randall came up with the only turnover, that third quarter fumble that no one saw. But is he inching closer to pressing the panic button?
We need to press the make a play button. I mean, just myself, guys, I mean, we just need to step up and make plays, period.
Make the play button. I like that. Can you find that at Staples? I'm not so sure. Anyway.
It'd be so much easier if this was just Xbox.
I agree, yeah. Well, the happiest Packer on the night was really an ex-Packer. Ran into T.J. Lang returning to Lambeau. Was it emotional, Tej?
Pregame was a little bit, walking around, looking at the stadium again. But once the ball was kicked off, once the game started, got focused on your job. Obviously, stayed out a while after the game, talking to a lot of my former teammates, and good to see those guys. But big win for our football team. We came in here to get back on the right track, and we were able to accomplish it.
Yeah. Well, Packer train has jumped the track. Hasn't completely derailed, but yet still, Mike McCarthy's boys are 4-4 now, halfway through.
We have work to do, and that's the fact of the matter. We got to do it fast, and that's our plan. We got relatively healthy coming out of the bye. I thought we had a very good week of practice. We did not play as well as Detroit tonight, and that's stating the obvious.
Obvious. Detroit. I love how Mike McCarthy pronounces Detroit. Lions win it 30-17. Bears are next at Soldier Field. We are live from the Stadium View right here on Holmgren Way, and we welcome our listeners from Wausau and Sheboygan. We are brought to you by Robinson's Heating and Cooling, American Metal Roofs, Diamonds and Gold, Nicolay National Bank, and The View. Always a great place to come for any type of sporting events.
Always great drink specials, happy hour, great food specials. Always the place to be on game days, the entire game day weekend. Be here for Badgers games, Bucks games. This is the hangout. Absolutely.
All right. When we come back, Jahri Evans, the former Saint, now Packer, rides on in for his first visit on the fifth quarter. Don't go away. We'll return right after this timeout.
Here are Mark Daniels and Matt Z.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Oh, the Lions. The Lions beat the Pack 30-17 at Lambeau last night, and we got to turn it around and get ready for the Chicago Bears coming up on Sunday at Soldier Field. Maybe they get back on track. Really impressed with this guy since he arrived in Green Bay back in April. He has been around the block a few times in the NFL. 12-year veteran, 6-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, and your right guard for the Green Bay Packers. Please welcome to The View and to the fifth quarter, and to Green Bay for that matter, Jahri Evans, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Jahri, look at that. Saddle up close to the mic. Thanks for coming out. Welcome aboard. Welcome to town.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Tough night again. It's a process with a brand new quarterback when you had the Hall of Fame quarterback. What's it been like for you guys to try and get some consistency with this offense?
I think the biggest thing is just trying to get into a rhythm. I think we've come out and started fast, and we just kind of didn't midstream adjust on those second and third drives to where they're just short drives. So I think it's just basically just get into a rhythm and, get Brett comfortable with his down-the-field reads.
Is he doing all of the things NFL starting quarterbacks need to do? Command the huddle, understand the plan, all those things. Just is there a take charge about him that you've noticed so far?
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's doing everything you want the QB to do, But as a young guy, just his second time starting, it's difficult. It's not easy, and we're just rallying around him, trying to stay positive, trying to make sure that everybody's doing their job individually, so that when we put this thing together, we can come out with W's.
You've never really gone through anything like
this.
Yeah. Drew
You're
forever.
Right.
Aaron this year so far.
Yeah, the thing about it is when you're at the professional level, you got to be a pro. You got to prepare as a pro. You got to prepare, individually and as a team, do what you have to do off the field to make sure that you're able to give your best during game day. So, yeah, I mean it's new territory for a lot of guys. Also the fans and the people of Green Bay. They're used to top tier QBs.
Yeah, and and playoff seasons and Super Bowl contention, and I'm sure that was one of the reasons when they called, hey, this sounds pretty good to me.
Big reason.
Was it?
A big reason.
Now, Jahri, it ended the last couple of years with New Orleans. They let you go. You went out to Seattle, did work there. You went back to the Saints and started all 16 last year. And were you disappointed that they said 30, they started looking at, the birth date and said maybe not?
It's crazy. The NFL is once you get up there in age, it's
a young man's game.
It's a young man's game. Bigger, faster, stronger, and younger every year. But, I had some good years in New Orleans. I felt like I was still playing at an elite level. And the thing about this game is, eventually we all got to get off this bus. we want to ride it forever, but eventually, everybody's stop comes. So, I felt like I was still playing at elite level. My body was feeling good. So as long as I, can get up and get ready to go, the right team called, I would be there. And that's what happened.
Well, you and Corey are the only survivors in what's been an incredibly turbulent year for the front five. What's it been like? I think the preferred starting five, and of course Brian Balaga, if you haven't heard, ACL, probably done for the season after that injury yesterday. 57 snaps it's going to be for the season with the guys that everyone thought would be the starting five this year. 57, that's not even one game.
I know. We've definitely taken some big blows up front. Definitely with Brian being out for the remainder of the season is definitely going to hurt us. And, but the thing that Coach Campen does well is a lot of guys get reps during the week. It sucks. You put a lot of hard work in and preparing before the season. You look at the games and everybody say, okay, you're just watching the games once the season goes. But the preparation that goes in before the season, getting your body ready, training, endurance and cardio and weight room training. And, for guys to go down, it's heartbreaking because a lot, everybody's hopes and aspirations is riding on the guys that come out there and perform every day. So, but it's going to be tough, but it's a pros game. We're all pros here. We've all been playing football for a long time. And we just got to keep working every day and get better every day.
But there's something to be said for the continuity factor. They say the best offensive lines are the ones that get snaps together, that practice a long time together. And that's been next to impossible because you don't know. I mean, is it going to be Justin McCray when you go to practice tomorrow? Jason Spriggs is kind of getting back into the mix now. Yet you just don't know.
Yeah, and that's why I was trying to say earlier with Coach Campen. He does a good job rotating guys in. It's one thing he told me when I got here is, he's going to make sure I get my reps during practice, but he's also going to, cut some of my reps. So those reps I'm not taking, those younger guys are getting those reps at practice. And, the young guys have stepped up so far when guys have been absent. And, it's their turn. It's their time, not turn, but their time to show their ability and, prove their worth and display their talent. So I think guys will be ready to go no matter who it is. We're going to put the best player at the best position out there to give us the best, consistency and best opportunity to get the job done. But, the online room is fun. The guys, we come to work every day. We study hard, and we leave it all on the field.
All right. See, got them.
Speaking of the O-line room, when you guys go out to dinner, who picks up the tab?
It's a circling tab.
Yeah?
It's a circling tab.
Yeah.
What is the average tab for you guys?
About $600-700.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess it depends on the place. I mean, and they're not hitting us over the head here in Green Bay. So,
so you're not like chilling at Arby's when you guys get together, go out for a meal?
No. I'm pretty sure when we go to a big time restaurant, it'll be a little bit more than it has been.
So 11 seasons with the Saints. What was it like for you playing against the Saints this year? Was that just another game for you, or did that mean a little bit something more?
Initially, I was treating it like another game. Preparing to go against that defense who is very young. A lot of those guys only been there 2-3 years. Kenny and Cam were just the long-term guys there. But at the end of the game, when I saw the guys on the offensive side of the ball, it was a little more emotional than I thought it would be. Definitely seeing guys, you won Super Bowls with, and not just players, but equipment managers, training staff, coaches that's been a part of your life for, 11 years, seeing those guys. It was awesome. It was good to see those guys.
You've gone up against a lot of defensive linemen, a lot of pass rushers over your career. Who's been the best that you've faced?
It's so many different type of pass rushers out there. you know, I played against, and I'm telling my years in the league here, but I played against BY, Brian Young, and San Fran his last year.
Wow.
And he was one of the strongest guys I've ever played against. Ted Washington in Cleveland, my rookie year.
Big boy.
Not moving guys like that, you know. And now, you know, since it's more of a passing league, you got the Gerald McCoys and, you know, the Sues who are big and strong, Haloti Nada, those type of guys. So, I mean, it all depends on the different type of guy. But as far as a pass rusher, I would say, you know, Gerald McCoy is pretty much as tough as they come.
You know, the massive Washingtons, the massive Pat Williams of the day, those are being replaced by now the quicker, more nimble Aaron Donald types.
Passing game.
Yeah.
But sometimes those guys don't hold up on double teams. But that's why you got to, you know, you got to know the guy you're facing. But, yeah, you're right. You know, the more we're passing, the more you're going to see those smaller bodies, defensive ends, small packages rushing the passer.
All right.
Biggest trash talker of a defender that you've come across.
Man. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Did you play Charles Haley?
No, I didn't play. Didn't play against Charles Haley.
Charles Haley was big.
Yeah.
John Randall was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't play against Big Randall. I can't think of too many. You know, typically it's some of the smaller guys. But when I was
they're like gnats
because they know the bigger guys will back them up.
Right.
Yeah.
But early in my career, I had guys say things to me. But you know, as the career gets older, it's like they don't want to wake up the giant. You know what I mean? So, well, you know, we go back and forth. The unique thing about offensive line is you're going to get an opportunity to assert yourself every play. There's contact every play. So typically, you know, one of the guys gets the better of the other. You know, either talking or during the game.
Are you a talker?
I am. Sometimes, you know, I have a history with some guys in the league, and you know, I try not to get beat very often, but when they do, they act like they won the Super Bowl sometimes, and it kind of is like it's one play. The thing that irks me with defensive linemen, by the way.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, that only took us 10 minutes.
This is what we've been trying to get to.
And I'm not, you know, it's you get X amount of plays of the game, right? And you think about it. Defensive guys, you know, they make and I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to bad talk defensive guys, but
yeah, really.
But it's like when you get that many opportunities, you're supposed to make a few plays in the game, right? You know, but then offensive linemen, we make one bad play and it's like, oh my goodness, it's the whole world is coming to an end off of one play, but that's 50 plays in the game and then one play. So they're a hero on one play and we're a zero in one play. So that's the, you know, it's not an equal playing field all the time.
Act like you've been there before.
Yeah. No, you are probably the least respected
position
in the game because you're right. We don't notice you unless it's a hold. Or we don't notice you unless it's a stunt that goes awry and the quarterback is down.
Well,
but
short yardage goal line, I think we get.
Yeah. I think so. And
pancake
I think so.
blocks, we see those as our highlights. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Hundley, 2 for 2 in short yardage yesterday.
Yeah, coaches had a good game plan, and we were able to, you know, at least win the line of scrimmage at, you know, on those short and ones, and we ran some plays that we haven't run before.
Yeah, but it was tough for the running game in general. It seemed like Aaron Jones 5 for 12, Ty 6 for 33, I think, in the second half as he came on a little bit. Line's good up front, and especially on the D rush.
Yeah, we wish we had a couple more opportunities to run behind our pads, but you know, I think the way the game was shaping up, you know, we were trying to get some points.
Yeah.
So it just didn't work out in our favor, but you know, hopefully those opportunities will come.
All right, let's hope so. Jahri Evans, our guest tonight. We're going to take a break. Talk more about the Philadelphia native coming to Titletown by way of New Orleans when we return right after this timeout. Jahri Evans, our guest tonight, live from the Stadium View after a tough loss by the Pack on Sunday. But there were some plays made, both good and bad, and we cover them all on the fifth quarter and make it worth your while if you come up with the right guess. Our hot and cold play contest brought to you by Robinson's Heating and Cooling. You guess the hot play of the day, take home a prize tonight. You also get qualified for our grand prize at the end of the year, the indoor club seats and the tailgate party from the Robinson boys. So let's line them up and see if we can't get a hot play winner from the Packers v. Lions last night at Lambeau.
First one up is Carey. What's your guess?
All right.
The fumble recovery.
The fumble recovery by Demarius Randall that no one saw on network
television.
television.
We did not see.
I tell you what, he's turned into a takeaway machine for the Pack. I'll give him that. He's playing pretty feisty football. Not it. Sorry. No.
I love the tease.
You know what? But that's the second game this year the Packers have lost after winning the turnover ratio at Lambeau Field. You know how many times that happened in Mike McCarthy's first 11 years on the job? Once. So that's twice in the last 2 and now 3 in 12-plus years. All right, looking for the hot play of the day.
Dana, what's your guess?
Hunley's quarterback sneak for a touchdown?
I thought about that, but 1-yard touchdowns are... It was a score.
You lose.
All right. Well, we're on the right track.
So it involves a score?
It involves a
score.
Well,
Okay.
Just
What's your guess?
think about it.
Randall Cobb's 46-yard.
I like that one, too. The really big explosive play, but
No.
no. This is a play that you see very, very rarely, and the Packers pulled it off expertly.
So those just listening on radio, we have guests coming up to guess, and then when Mark gives a clue, they just go back to their seat.
no.
I don't know it.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's not what I was thinking.
Don't say anything,
No,
Ja.
I'm out.
Don't say anything, Ja.
All right, what's your guess?
They practice it almost every day in training camp.
Was it the field goal kick?
You know what? The hot play was that hot-footed kick
Yes!
to close out the first half. They didn't have a timeout. There were 18 seconds left to go. Brett Hundley threw over the middle to Devontae Adams. For some reason, kept fighting for yards and tick, 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 tick. The clock's running down before he went down at the 17. And before he hit the ground, the field goal team poured off the sideline and somehow connected on the 35-yarder for their first points of the night. Mason Crosby on a successful Chinese fire drill.
We took off on the field, I think, in about 10 seconds. And then, it was, I know I was just kind of eyeballing it. I wasn't even able to get my steps. And, luckily, Justin and I were on the same page. He had the spot where I kind of thought it was going to be. And then we were able to execute. I mean, the moving parts in that are, crazy. So the fact that everybody got set, and we were able to get points was huge.
That was huge. He thought it was 11 seconds. I thought there were like 6 seconds left. And to tell you the truth, should have guys been flagged for having too many men on the field, like 18 or 19.
I think it was like 9 seconds left. But.
Before Adams got to the ground, that field goal team was already running on. I thought, what do you do? They'll never make it. But they made it. That's not easy to do.
No, it's not. Guys have poise. I mean, I think those are one of we had some positives to come away from that game. Before the half drive and a couple 2-minute drives, a couple no-huddle drives. Those are some good positives to come out of the game. But we got that executed. You very rarely get to, attempt that during a regular game other than practice.
Right.
But, it went pretty smoothly.
Yeah, it did. So who's our hot play winner?
Lonnie,
congratulations. You're in. We're going to do the cold play a little bit later on. Jahri Evans, our guest tonight, a longtime veteran, well-decorated player with the Saints and now with the Packers. How long you want to keep going? Everyone thought, oh, man, Jahri's here. Perfect stopgap until, with TJ going to Detroit. And, but I don't think you're thinking about it as a stopgap. You want to keep playing, don't you?
Yeah, I'm here on a 1-year deal. We have, this next game, divisional game. I'm really just taking it week by week, trying to play my best every week. So, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge at the end of the season.
Philadelphia native.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Philly.
South Philly tough neighborhood?
Is it as tough as everybody thinks?
I grew up in Nicetown. My dad's from South Philly, but
right.
I grew up in Nicetown. I mean, Philly's a big city.
Got a sister lives in Philly.
It's a tough city.
About 52nd Street, maybe?
Yeah, that's West Philly
kind
of area. Yeah. It's the thing that impresses me so much about Philly is we have about 6 major universities. And they get a lot of people, and especially Temple, they get a lot of students that come in there and live right in the heart of North Philly. I always thought that was very impressive to get kids that come and live in the heart of North Philly, a big city where it's not really the safest. But yeah, Philly's my hometown. A little bit closer to home.
Yeah, I guess. And Bloomsburg?
Bloomsburg, yeah.
College?
Yep, BU.
All right.
Huskies.
Is it?
D2.
D2. So
how'd you end up there?
I didn't play my senior year of high school because I broke my leg. So I was out of commission for about 9 months. And,
amazing how fast you can fall off the radar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of my D1 recruits backed out. I had a couple of scholarships, but I chose to go D2. They were just coming off national championship berth. They had, my major that I wanted to take, and, they gave me some scholarship money, so it was a good fit for me.
And did you ever think you would maybe not get noticed or found, but NFL scouting's systems as they are will find anybody who can play, I think.
Yeah, I think they're doing a lot more than they have in the past, but if you're good, they'll find you. And when I first was going to Bloomsburg, they were just coming off national championship berth, and the running back, he got picked up by the Rams. So I knew that the school was on the radar. John Devlin, he was a long time coach in the NFL. He was a defensive coordinator there for a long time. His son coaches in the league now. So the school was definitely on the radar. The coaches, they had some connections. So I just knew if I just went there, played hard, I'd have a shot.
So you really had aspirations of getting to the next level?
Oh, yeah. It wasn't by mistake.
Yeah, no, I you had the body type. Let's just put it that way.
That's
no
what
question.
they say. You look past the eye test, right?
Yeah, really.
So you're a Philly guy. You're a part owner of the Philadelphia Soul Arena League team.
Yes.
I mean, that's got to be really, really cool for you.
Yeah, it's fun. Last year was my second season being a part of the Philadelphia Soul. The guys are great. Our ownership group is awesome. Marcus Colston, he's the one that, I told him if there's opportunity, let me know. So he's a longtime friend with the Saints, and opportunity presented itself. And, being a hometown guy from Philly, with that opportunity, I felt like it was a good fit for me. The guys are great. Learned a lot from our business owners as far as off the field stuff, so it was good.
Is Jaworski still involved?
Yes.
All right.
Charles is still there.
Bon Jovi still involved?
No. Two of the original three owners are still involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's your favorite part about being an owner?
Back-to-back championships.
Attaboy.
But,
yeah, really.
It's fun during the off season. My foundation, I take kids to every home game with my foundation.
Nice.
Spend time in the community like I've always done, and it's just good to be a part of football back there in the city. It's a big sports town, and the fact that they win, they win games, and it's just fun and learning from the business owners that are partners, and just watching, just trying to do more things off the field, I should say.
Tell us a little bit more about your foundation, the JE73 Foundation, right?
Yes, Jahri Evans Foundation. Me and my sister, we started about 10, 11 years ago. We're big in the community with Philadelphia and the school district. I do a free camp. I have scholarships that I write for incoming freshmen, with a B average. Partnered up with CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and the Daniel Rump Foundation to get AEDs in all the Philadelphia public schools, and we did that this past year, so that was a big accomplishment for us. We just do a lot in communities, coat drives, just helping out the community. Where I'm from, the city of Philadelphia. I mean, in New Orleans, I've done as much as build houses to go to schools, talk to kids, and just a lot of different things. Just donating my time, service.
Why do you think that kind of work gets so overlooked and so seldom discussed when it comes to the players and their connection to communities?
I think
it's not that you're out there for the headlines, certainly, or the publicity, but nonetheless, there's more discussion about who's kneeling, who's standing, who's raising a fist, who's,
who gets a DUI.
Negativity sells, obviously. We know that. Negativity sells.
Yeah, I suppose.
But the reason why I do it, and I think a lot of guys do it, is because we're from these areas. We're from these neighborhoods. We know how tough it was to grow up in these neighborhoods. And to just be able to reach out and to reach these children. I have, my high school now has 2 Super Bowl champions. Me and a young kid that played for the Broncos. So he's come through my camp, and now he's in the NFL. So to see a kid go to my camp, free football camp, and now he's in the NFL and a Super Bowl champion, that's huge. You don't get that gratification all the time, and that's huge. And I have an O-line camp that I do with my O-line coach, and these kids are just straight high school offensive line camp, and I go and I teach them techniques. And Coach Camp came with me this year, and some of these kids, they've been coming to my camp for the last 10, 11 years. They're playing D1 football at offensive line. Some of them are in the league now, So it's great to see that you can make a difference. And, if it's just one child, that you can make a difference and help his family, it's awesome.
Well said. Jahri Evans, our guest, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll turn our attention to the Bears. It's going to be a test on Sunday in Chicago. Don't go away. More with Jahri Evans on the fifth quarter right after this timeout. Welcome back, everybody. Jahri Evans, our guest tonight. Hey, we've had a hot play winner. Let's get to the cold play. Same rules. Guess the cold play of the day, and you'll take home the prize tonight and get qualified for a grand prize drawing coming up in 2 months. All right. Chief, familiar list of characters here for the cold play. Let's try and see if we can't find a winner.
All right, what's your guess?
Daniel's headbutt penalty.
Well done, right off the bat.
Oh,
Cold
yeah.
play came early. This was a real game changer, I thought, in my opinion. All right, the botched field goal, we were laughing with Jahri about, they can do the run-on fine, but everything set didn't happen early on the game's opening drive. But the Packers are going to get the ball right back with a terrific 3-and-out. Got a 3rd and 14 stop, and then Mike Daniels got flagged for us. Mike McCarthy said a boneheaded penalty, a headbutt. And the Lions marched on for their first touchdown and never looked back. Daniels knew it was a game changer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Our guys came out. They showed up. We were stopping them. That penalty really set us back. So, I got to that upon myself, and I owe it to this organization and the Packer fans to do better.
Yeah, got to be better. Got to be smarter. Not the first time from Mike. He had that thing in Seattle. Remember that hit out of bounds early in that game?
He runs hot.
He runs hot, and he was talking hot last week. We got to be more vicious.
Yeah.
Hey, they took out a couple of our key players in the division. Time for some retaliation. Yeesh, not good. Who's our winner?
Carey. You
Nice job, Carey.
love that fire from Mike Daniels, though. That's what he's known for.
And
It's
you
just
go- yeah.
you got to contain. That's all.
And you go against him every day.
Yeah, Mike. He's not easy
intense.
out. Yeah, he's intense in practice too. he's very. I tell Mike hey Mike, I'm trying to get the game day, brother. Just slow down a little bit for your boy.
Same team.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, come on, I'm 34. Let me alone. All right, news. Mike McCarthy's press conference was 5:30 tonight. I would have loved to got over there, but the news not good. Brian Balaga confirmed ACL done for the year. That's tough blow
Yeah,
for
it is
Brian, the
tough.
guy you played next to.
Yeah, he's helped me out a lot so far this year. Just getting acclimated to the offense, the calls. Him and Corey have been great, up front with me. Just lightening my thinking load a lot. So, we're really going to miss Brian.
And now you're going to have to help Justin McCray.
Yeah, we're all helping each other.
No
I mean,
kidding.
Justin's filled in at a lot of positions so far. So
He's played everything but center, I think.
Yeah,
just about.
Yeah,
And your spot, you
Yeah.
haven't missed a snap yet, have you?
Well, I plan on staying at the guard position. I told Coach that's all I know. So
Yeah, that's all all right. So
he
we'll
can't
keep
be
you
moving
there.
me out on the edge at this point in my career.
All right, and Morgan Burnett just back from the hamstring he suffered in Dallas, groin injury against the Lions. Not going to play Sunday against the Bears. So the secondary takes another. That's been it. The O-line, the secondary have just been a mess all season long.
Yeah.
It really has.
Just a couple of minutes left. What is your first football memory?
Ooh, I would say my mom has a picture actually of me as a child with equipment on and a football in my hand, but I don't remember that memory, but it's a neat picture. But I didn't play contact football till high school. So I would say, going to high school and the first day of school, just going straight to the coach's office, like, when is sign up, where do I need to be?
All
Yeah,
right.
so that's really, my first kind of getting started in my career memory right there.
Who was your favorite athlete growing up?
Growing up, I was a huge Eagles fan, Sixers fan. I would say like John Runyon, William Thomas,
Wow, John Runyon.
Ricky Waters,
Talk about a
those
warrior,
guys,
that
Cecil
guy.
Martin, yeah.
Wow.
So watching those guys growing up, I would say pretty much.
What's the number one food item that has to be on the Evans table for Thanksgiving?
Mac and cheese.
Attaboy.
Really?
Mac and cheese. Sometimes maybe some lasagna or
How do
something.
you like the pack and cheese they serve up over at Lambeau? Probably got.
I've never had it.
No, you got to.
I've never had it. Pack and
had it up in the
cheese.
press box last
Never
night. It
had
was awesome. Well, you're no stranger to cuisine coming from New Orleans.
Yeah.
My
New
daughter
Orleans
went
has
to
some great
school down
food.
there. I missed the fair down.
Had some great food down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, that is for sure.
How many
sauces.
how many turkeys do you go through on Thanksgiving?
I don't eat that much.
I'm talking the whole family, the whole crew.
Well, we typically growing up, we always had Thanksgiving at my mom's house. I have 3 older sisters, so everybody cooks, and I have 6 nephews, 2 nieces, so we have a pretty big family. It's normally about 15, 20 of us, but we've always had a pretty neat spread going on. But yeah, you just fill your plate up. You relax a little bit and go fill it up some more. But I'm really a mac and cheese, potato, potato salad, sweet potato.
Nice.
Pie,
you said lasagna
like
too, yeah.
Lasagna.
You're a carb guy.
I'm just not conventional, just turkey. You know what I mean? So.
Well, 'tis the season. We're all gonna fatten
fried
up in another
turkey is
couple
very,
of weeks.
very good.
All right, quick look at the Bears team. You handled. You got all over Mike Glennon. In fact, sent him to the bench. You got Mitch Trubisky quarterbacking now, but their defense has been impressive, and they held the Saints in check pretty much their last time out. They're coming off the bye. Big test for you guys to kind of bounce back and get this thing righted again.
Yeah, they're going to be rested. We're coming off a little short week, a couple hours short. But, we played them early in the year, so we'll be able to draw back on that film and see how we're going to handle that front again. But, we just got to go out there and execute. We got to convert on third downs to keep the chains moving, to give us the opportunity to have, that big play opportunity or just to make plays. We just got to think about one play at a time, but converting on third down when we have those opportunities to just pile up plays.
Dauber's down among fandom here in Packer Nation at 4-4 at the halfway point. You guys realize there's a long way to go.
It's a long season.
It's a long
season. And, we just got to take care of our division. And luckily for us, we have a division opponent coming up this week.
Good way to get well. Bear week. It's a great rivalry, no question about it. Jahri, thanks for coming over.
Yeah, thanks for
I
having
really
me.
appreciate it. I know you got a signing to go to tonight, do some more autographing to Kira. Nice to bring her along as well. Stay healthy. Best of luck, and I hope we can do it again.
Thanks for having me.
Jahri Evans, ladies and gentlemen.
Go.
We're going to take a timeout and wrap things up right after this break. All right, we got to cut out quick. Guest of the fifth quarter receive a gift certificate from Diamonds and Gold. I forgot to give this. I'll give it to Jahri tomorrow, and it's going to go straight to Kira anyway. And when the pack's away, you get to play at the Packer Pro Shop from our friends at Robinson's. Who's going shopping?
Philip Guthrie.
Philip is the winner tonight. Next Monday night, we're back at it. Packers Bears on Sunday. Fifth quarter on Monday. From Matt C. I'm Mark Daniels. Thanks for coming
everybody.
out. See you, everybody.